Anniversary TV Week Logie Awards are proudly brought to you by Cadbury. But great taste of good chocolate. Network 10 proudly presents the 25th Anniversary TV Week Logie Awards, coming to you live from the Grand Ballroom of the Regent, Melbourne. gentlemen, your Logie's host, Mike Willesee.
Joining us. It's a big night, isn't it? Oh, it's such a big night. And I know a lot of you are wondering why it is me who is standing up here tonight. Well, all I can say is that when they asked for volunteers, I guess I just wasn't paying attention. But people have been so nice to me. I've had so much help, so much advice. The advice, in fact, hasn't stopped. You're not Bert Newton, you know, so don't think you are. And the most persistent piece of advice that I've had all week is, and don't try to be funny. You know what happened last time you tried to be funny. Logie nights are always special, but tonight, of course, is very special, being the 25th anniversary of the Logies. The Logies were first presented in 1958, and that's just 2 years after television started in Australia. There were then only 11 awards and no glamorous lineup of overseas talent, such as we now have. Indeed, this year we have 40 awards and a range of overseas guests headed by stars like Jack Klugman from Quincy, Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels, the minder himself, Dennis Waterman. The beautiful Priscilla Presley and many, many more. And because we're celebrating 25 years of Australian television popularity, in addition to the winners tonight, we also want you to meet some of the people who have made our industry what it is today. Although very few want to take responsibility for that. The King himself, the one and extremely very only Graham Kennedy, heads the lineup of Australian talent tonight. You'll see a lot of great Australian performers in the next few hours, but let's just start with this little piece of nostalgia.
Oh, no, Patterson, how dare you? Oh, and you're trying to shame me. If you walked all the way from Paradise Street like, are you deliberately trying to show me off? For goodness sake, take that dirty old shower cap off.
I'm sorry, Dory, I didn't know I still had it
take
off.
that filthy dressing
I
gown
can't
off.
take it off, Dory. I've got nothing on underneath.
No, Patterson, are you drunk?
No, Dory, I've been burned out.
You've been what?
Gosport Mansions. It's just been burned to the ground.
Oh, is that where the fire engines were
I barely
going?
escaped with my life, and there's no sign of Ponsonby. The cat.
Oh, Flo. Oh, Flo. Oh, you poor dear. Oh, Herbert, go and put the kettle on.
Dory,
Yes,
Yes, that was number 96, and they say Australian television lost its innocence, or even worse, when 96 started back in 1972, so I guess that means that Herb and Dory Evans have a lot of explaining to do. But the ratings, of course, eventually split that long-standing marriage. But they're back together, especially for tonight. Ron Shand and Pat McDonald.
Yeah. Those were the days.
Oh, yes, indeed they were. Ron,
Yes.
however did you put up with me giving you such a hard time for all those years?
Well, I guess I just got used to it. Hard time, you said. No, not a hard time at all. No. You see, I'm now going through the withdrawal symptoms.
Oh, that's my boy.
Paddy, will you do me a favour?
Yes, you know I will.
Will you do it just one more time? Say it just one more time, will you?
Say what?
You know, go on.
Oh, right.
Oh, go on, don't be silly.
I mean, in front of all the people. You
Well,
sure?
They're dying to hear you. Yes, go
Oh, all
on.
right.
Oh, Herbert, really? Why wasn't I told?
Oh, dear.
I just needed that, Pat.
Yes, like a hole in the head. You know, I've almost forgotten what she sounds like. Go on.
Oh, yes, you did too. Paddy,
Yes,
we're
darling.
not up here for just a little chat,
No,
are we?
come on. Let's get on with
No,
the
we must
nominations.
now let's do the nominations.
Yes.
The nominations for the most popular quiz game show.
Yes.
Well, here they are.
Here they are.
The most popular game show, Family Feud, 9 Network. Ford Super Quiz, 9 Network. Sale of the Century, 9 Network. And the new Price is Right, 7 Network.
And the winner is... Oh, I've got to get it all undone and put my glasses on. I tell you, it's getting rough. And the winner is Sale of the Century, 9 Network.
Accepted by the compare
And
Tony
now
Bauer.
we approach the last 3 questions. Which infamous man sang in a church choir as a boy, thought of becoming a priest, but became a dictator, and finally committed suicide? Glenn.
Hitler.
He did. Why are you smiling, Ian? Which beautiful Roman goddess was the mother of Cupid? Glenn?
Venus.
Venus is right. But here's the last question for $218,371. What is the boiling point of water on the centigrades, Ian?
100.
You got it. 100 degrees. There it is. The whole lot.
This is all very sudden. In fact, I haven't had dessert yet. Was expecting it to happen a little later on still. Different network, different formats. It's wonderful to be back. A very big... in fact, I'd like to thank the network and Channel 9 for allowing me to collect this year after year. That's 2. Congratulations to Grundys, who have just picked up the renewal on another 13 weeks, the first program to do so, Network USA, for Sale of the Century in America. And we all feel a little bit part of it, even though we're not in America doing it, Bill and Reg. For the Channel 9 the network crew, Terry Higgins and the production crew who helped to make it work every week, thank you very much indeed. And on behalf of, we were doubly blessed in 1982 with the irresistible Victoria Nichols, firstly, and the irrepressible Delvine Delaney later on. Thank you to both ladies. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Tony, and the Grundy organisation, and Pat and Ron, great to have you. Thanks for helping us. It's great to see you together again. Thanks. And we'll be back in just a moment with one of the stars of the world's most popular television series in a moment. Welcome back for a special treat. Our next guest has been featured playing television roles on both sides of the law. Firstly as the tough cop George Carter in The Sweeney, and now as the lovable rogue Terry McCann in Minder. And firstly singing the theme song he co-wrote, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dennis Waterman. Dennis, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
As you have probably gathered, you have a great following in Australia.
Thank you.
They think you're a pretty tough guy.
Yeah.
So what's all this singing about? I mean, what are you, some sort of...
Yeah. Only a little bit, though.
Just a little bit?
Not much.
What a lot of people don't realise about you is that
Yes? Go on.
Skipping that,
Skippy? Where's Skippy?
on the one hand, you have had a very deep and long education in acting, but also you were a boxer. There is a bit of the minder in you.
Yes. No, or no. Sorry, I've really been boring here. I come from a family of boxers, except my mother, who was an Airedale.
Well, I happen to know
I had
that
a collie.
your brother was a champion boxer.
Yeah, my brother was a British and European champion.
Yeah. Was your mother a champion Airedale?
What? Crush.
No, it's true. No, people don't realise this. His brother...
Brother.
Oh, do it yourself. His brother fought for Britain
Yes.
and won a British
And look what happened to
boxing
us.
title. And you were a boxer yourself and you're pretty handy. I mean, he could fight, you know.
It's all off here, isn't it? This is true, yeah. Oh, God, this really... Yes, I went to a boxing club and I can fight. I can fight. Pamela! I want to fight!
Yeah, well, what else shall we talk about?
Oh, nothing.
Because we're not going too well, are
Actually, can I be really boring? I know in awards sort of situations that you get overdosed with thank yous from various people to various people who nobody knows who they are. But I'd just like to actually thank TV Week and I'd never been to Australia before and I really like it. And the people have been smashing. And thank you very much, TV Week. And also the Andre and Judith up on Hayman Island really treated us, Ruler and I, like sort of special people, and it was smashing. Thank you very much. That's all. Finished.
You
Do you want
go.
to fight now? Give me a kangaroo, I'm a hungry man.
Dennis, I've got a very...
Take him with one hand.
You want to meet a tough character? We'll take a break and come back and you'll meet a tough character.
How tough?
You'll see.
How tough?
Welcome back. Actually, there was some talk of making tonight's Logie presentations a Royal Command performance, but Graham said we shouldn't go to any trouble. Also back in 1972, a comedy series based on the Korean War was taking off in the United States. That series was MASH, which went on to become what I think was probably the most popular TV series of all time. And its stars, including our next guest, BJ, Mike Farrell, not only became household names, but also won enormous respect for their professionalism. With Mike tonight is multi-Logie winner Annette Allison. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike Farrell and Annette Allison.
A very big welcome. I think you can tell by the response from the audience just how popular you are, how popular the series has been. Does it feel strange to be out of uniform?
Oh, yeah, well, a little. I'm not used to these kind of days, I'll tell you that.
Mike, it has been a fantastic series. When you first got involved, were you surprised that it took off the way it did?
One never expects, I think all of us as actors know what it's like to be out of work, and having a job is kind of a boon, and you never expect, I think, a job to turn into an institution, as our show did.
Yeah. What was it like when you finally did do that last episode?
Last episode?
When you all said goodbye and that's it, we're not going to do it anymore.
You mean we're not going to do it anymore?
Well, this is what's reached the Australian press. Maybe they're looking for series too.
Does my agent know about this?
Well, I must say it's wonderful to have you out in Australia, and I certainly hope that you're enjoying it. Do you have a chance to see some of the country?
I'm seeing some of it and look forward to motoring around the country for the next couple of weeks to see more of it. It's a beautiful country, and you've all received us handsomely. Thank you.
Well, we're going to present, first of all, the first award that you and I have the pleasure of presenting tonight is for an outstanding contribution by a regional station. And would you like to open the first one?
Certainly.
Announce the winner?
The winner is The Last Chance, NBN 3 Newcastle.
You've now been found guilty of breaking, entering and stealing. I can sentence you to a term of 14 years. I'll give you one last chance. I will suspend the sentence, provided you take part in the scheme, a day in jail.
I'm doing 28 years. My purpose in the day in jail program with you today is to show you around the jail. One thing I want to tell you, John, see those blokes over there, those screws. If by chance you do come back again, those screws won't be here next time. And just because I've shown you around this program today, don't think that I'll be your friend either. So you'll be on your own next time if you come back. Well, did you get the message? Who knows? I suppose it will take time to tell. But so far, it does seem that most of these young blokes do find that one day in jail is long enough.
Accepted by senior reporter Jim Sullivan, NBN 3 Newcastle.
Thank you. This really belongs to a whole lot of people on the NBN team, especially cameraman Gunter Schmidt. And thanks to those prisoners who let us show what their life is like to keep some others out of jail. Thank you. It's nice to win one for Newcastle.
The next award is the most popular locally produced show in Western Australia. And the winner?
And the winner? It's very nice giving things away. Do you do awards in America? Do you get involved in the awards in
I've
America?
never been involved in awards in America.
But
no.
I mean, MASH must have won a lot of awards. Do you get to win them or just...
yes.
Oh, you've forgotten already? The winner is Turpy Tonight.
And now, live from the Channel 7 studios, it's Turpy Tonight. And here's the star of the show, Ian Turpy. Accepted by Barry Williams, manager, TVW7.
Doesn't want to shake hands with me, all right?
Thank you very much. We in Western Australia adopted Ian Turpy as a personality and embarked on a series of Tonight shows in the West, and Ian commuted regularly with his normal commitments of the new Price is Right. To Ian, a sincere thanks. To the production team, headed by Marion Layer, Brian Smith and Phil Booth in Western Australia, thank you. And to the viewers of TVW7, we hope we can do another one. Thank you.
Mike, while you were doing the series of MASH, you remember we were talking
that
about
one,
it
yes,
before,
yes,
right?
I remember that well.
While you were doing that series, did you learn a lot about medicine?
Yes, what would you like to know?
Well, I just thought you had a really nice bedside manner.
Why, thank you.
I know a doctor, in fact, who did learn all of his bedside manner from watching MASH. It's quite true. I thought that was really rather nice.
And how is his bedside manner?
It's terrific. The next award we have is for the most popular locally produced show in South Australia. And it has been won by... Oh, I should let you do that.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
State Affair.
Accepted by John Schofield, news editor, ATS7.
Not many people here tonight would know anything at all about State Affair, but fortunately for us, there are a few 100,000 in South Australia who do. 2.5 years ago, it started as an experiment, and thanks to the hard efforts and a lot of dedication by a small crew, that experiment's become a success. And to the viewers and the crew, thank you very much.
Congratulations to the winners, and Mike Farrell and Alison, thanks so much for helping us again.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And we'll be back with a fine actress who grew up before the eyes of most of us as the screen daughter of Donna Reed in just a moment. Welcome back once again to the 25th presentation of the Logies. The last 2 years have seen the reintroduction of breakfast television in Australia, and I must say I admire the ability of people like our next guest, Gordon Elliott, who somehow manages to conduct intelligent interviews at 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's see how he fares at the end of the day as he introduces Shelley Fabares, who came into our lives as Donna Reed's TV daughter and went on to become a star with Elvis Presley and many others. Would you please welcome Gordon Elliott and Shelley Fabares.
Shelley.
Yes, Gordon.
Everyone would remember you from Donna Reed, but I want to know the more facts about, and probably you aren't aware that Shelley's now appearing in a top-rating episode right now in the United States. Tell me about it.
Yes, it's a show called One Day at a Time, and it's been on the United States for 8 years now, and I've been doing it for the past 5 years.
Right.
Yes.
And that's yet to come here, so when you do,
Yes.
keep an eye out for it.
Yes, do watch it, please. I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
You are a very young man, but you are extremely successful in television. Why is that?
I'm the love child of Graham Kennedy and Ginny Little.
I see.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Would you like to announce that?
Yes, the first award is for the most popular locally produced show in Tasmania, and it has been won by. You get to announce.
Taylor Documentaries.
Business here, Beauty? Hey? Not quite, Lords. That'll have to do for now. Now, if some of you blokes like to toss your balls up, we'll have a smack at 'em. G'day, Bert Taylor.
Accepted by producer Mark Nichols, TVT6.
Thank you to TV Week and the readers who voted for this award, to a fantastic crew at 6. And I don't just mean Tony, Andrea and Craig, I mean everyone. Bert, I knew you could do it, really did. Mr. Don Carter, the Managing Director of TVT6, thank you for backing the programs, and we are making it in Tasmania. Thank you.
Before I announce the next award, Shelley, is it true that Donna Reed's now living in an ashram in India? What is she doing? What is she doing? I mean, everyone would love to know.
Donna has just completed a television movie. She doesn't want to work very much, but about once a year she comes back and does television.
And you are very close. You're really very close.
Yes, she's one of my 2 best friends in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, it's lovely.
The most popular locally produced show in Queensland has been won by...
Today, Tonight.
Accepted by compere John Barton, QTQ9.
There are always a lot of people to thank at times like this, but first of all, I'd like to thank 2 people especially who, more than anyone else, were responsible for the start of Today Tonight. Mr. Hugh Cornish, the General Manager of Channel 9, and his predecessor, Mr. Jim Mackay. Mr. Cornish knows only too well what it's like making tough decisions, and we've been in a bit of hot water ourselves as a program over the years. Last night it looked as though I might not be able to be here because of an injunction against our program, but I'm happy to say I'm here, and I'm pleased to accept this Logie on behalf of our staff, the staff of Channel 9, and more especially the people of Queensland who are watching this telecast tonight. We parted company with them a couple of months ago, but anyway, it's another story. The people of Queensland who for 4 years have given us unflinching support, unflagging support, and they have made 6 of these Logies available to our program. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Congratulations to the winners, and Shelley Fabre, Gordon Elliott, thanks for helping us tonight.
Thank you, Mark.
Australian television is said to have entered a new era in 1976 with the arrival of the Sullivans, the saga of a Melbourne family's struggle to survive World War II. Now, the Sullivans and its stars picked up a staggering total of 25 Logie Awards before finishing last year. And there's no doubt the couple you are about to meet were very largely responsible for the show's success. Let's firstly recall one of their most poignant moments. It was a great series, and reunited for this special occasion, Dave and Grace Sullivan, Paul Cronin and Lorraine Bailey.
Well, damn this war, Grace.
But the boys, Dave.
Tom will be all right, love. Norm will look after him.
But even Norm can't stop bullets, Dave.
Let's get on
some
with it.
award, shall we?
Ladies first.
All right. Now, the award to the most popular locally produced show in New South Wales has been won by The Mike Walsh Show, 9 Network.
The award is being accepted by Mike Walsh Show personality John Michael Howson.
It's a mark of Mike's generosity as a man and as a performer that he allowed one of his family to come up and accept this, and I'm very touched by his move. It's wonderful. Thank you, Mike. The Mike Walsh Show, thanks to Mike, is truly a family show. He's done so much for so many entertainers, not the least myself, who has, he's created us, he's encouraged us, he's done so much for people that the public don't know about. But I do think the public does know that this is very much part of the Australian scene, and the viewers of Australia have voted for this award, for Mike and for the show and for our family. And I know on behalf of Mike, I'm saying thank you to every one of us. And I've got one thing to say. Hello, girls. Hello, fellas. Thank you very much indeed.
Now, this one, Lorraine, is the most popular locally produced show in Victoria. And it's been won by Cop Shop, 7 Network.
accepted by Ian Crawford, Managing Director of Crawford Productions.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's now 6 years that Cop Shop has been going into the homes of all our viewers. I'd like to thank TV Week for making this award possible. I'd like to thank the people of Victoria for following it. I'd like to thank Channel 7 for its strong support, particularly Channel 7 Melbourne, for the support that they give in their marvellous crew. Most of all, I'd like to thank not only the crew of Crawford Productions, but particularly the cast, the marvellous cast we have that are giving us such marvellous service. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Congratulations to Mike Walsh and Cop Shop. I think there can't be much argument about the popularity of those awards, and to one of Australia's best ever television couples, Paul Cronin and Lorraine Bailey. Thank you very much for helping us tonight.
Thank you, Mark.
And we'll be back in just a moment with a performance I know you're going to enjoy very, very much. It's a tribute to the most important people in our audiences, the kids, in a moment. We're now about to meet a man who has a black belt in the martial arts. Indeed, Mr. Chuck Norris is so good that he's literally karate chopped his way into martial arts royalty. And with Chuck tonight is a lady who would be karate chopped by royalty if Buckingham Palace had its way. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Norris and Pamela Stevenson.
You don't look like tough to me. Come on now. Look better. Huh?
Oh! I learned that at Crawford's.
Girl, you're in trouble now. Wow. Pamela, you were a little rough on me out there, you know.
Oh, I'll make up to you.
Works every time. Okay, where were we, Pamela? Okay, first award. This has never happened to me before. In 8 movies, this has never happened to me. Okay, nominations for the best sports coverage are... 12th Commonwealth Games, Cricket, the Ashes Centenary, thank you, Series.
Okay, it's okay.
James Hardy, 1000. Dahlberg Cup.
Homeward bound, 600 metres left to go, and Kingston Town moving up on the outside of Noble Comment. They're followed in third place by Triumphal March, who's battling back. Wider on the track was Astral in. LA Beijou coming into a 2. 400 left to go. Noble Comment joined by the King. Kingston Town on the outside. Grab the lead now from Noble Comment. Miser Raven finishing well out wide, followed by LA Beijou. Then Triumphal March, 250 metres left to go. The crowd roars. Kingston Town in front. Noble Comment fighting back, followed by Miser Raven on the outside, and Gurner's Lane flying on the inside. Gurner's Lane after Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane and Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane going a shade the better, and Gurner's Lane wins the cup.
Would you like to?
And the winner is 12th Commonwealth Games.
Accepted by Norman May, ABC sporting commentator.
I've heard that a Logie Award is something like a very beautiful woman. I've seen many, many down the years, and it's the first time I've really touched one. But I'd like to report on your contest. I thought that, Pamela, you lost the first ball on points. I'm very keen to come back and report on the second round. But the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane, of all my 25 years, I started around about the first Logie Award way back in 1958. And the Commonwealth Games were the most memorable experience. And you can't just congratulate someone or mention a few names. 500 people worked on that, and it showed that an Australian organisation can do something in the manner right up to the top of the very best in the world. And for a change, dear old Auntie finished on top of the ratings for the first time, I think, in about 25 years. We were accused finally of being a little bit biased in our commentaries towards the home country. That is not true. We didn't care who won, as long as it was Australia, number one.
The nomination for the Best Documentary Series are A Big Country, John Law's World.
In the Gulf country, when they talk weather, it's far more than polite conversation. It matters. The wet season could dictate the future. It certainly controls the present. When the rains come, their isolation is complete. Elton and Maud have lived most of their 40-odd years on cattle stations in northwest Queensland. Each year, the wet has stepped in and taken over their lives, sometimes for months on end. But they welcome the intrusions, like those of an old friend they've grown to trust and respect over a long period. That sort of visitor is never too much trouble.
Well, the river's about 3 feet over.
Well, looks like you'll have to stay here.
Lachlan,
got to put up with you for a bit longer.
Well, you put up with me for a long time, a bit more, won't it?
I don't suppose so.
This is one of the greatest Australian films ever made. A monumental epic of excitement, passion, and full-blooded adventure. It's called For the Term of His Natural Life, and it was made in 1927, but for decades it's been lost in the mists of time. That was before Australian Film Archive took on the monumental task of finding and restoring and piecing together the remaining fragments of this classic film. And that's the result. Even after 55 years, it still shapes up pretty well as a powerful film.
And the winner is John Law's World.
Accepted by Matt Carroll, executive producer, Network 10 Productions.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to accept this on
John Law's behalf, thank all the work that John put into putting the show together, but most of all, the fantastic number of documentary filmmakers who've made those documentaries that go on John Law's World. A few people at Channel 10 who've helped the program to its success. Pat Lavelle, the promo team, Anne McManus, and to Irene Cave, the programmer. Thank you very much.
Now the nominations for Best Single Documentary are Douglas Mawson, The Survivor, Greed, Quentin, The Shifting Dreaming, and The Ultimate Struggle.
I ascended hard ice slopes over many crevasses, but the surface cut my feet up. Sharp corrugations kept bursting the skin and soaking my bandages in fluid. They were worse than ever.
Come on, big throw. I can't. Step on up, Andy. Bloody hell.
What we have seen is the final act of a violent story that became known as the Mr. Asia case.
This may well be the most fragile boy in the world. He was born with broken bones, and they haven't stopped breaking. His fractures now number 140.
Well, you've got your inquiry. There's no legal representation for the Aborigines. We offered to pay for it, the churches in New South Wales and Victoria, but the Prime Minister refused. It's a denial of one of the fundamental rights of all men living under British protection. Bigotry, fear. And the excuse they're giving out is that if natives don't stand and lay down their weapons upon being called in the King's name, they can be legally shot. What in God's name does His Majesty the King mean to a native in Central Australia?
Hard. It really is. It's hard to take. But you squeeze his hand and you talk to him. And you've got to believe that any sort of sign of recognition or movement, it's response. Even if the doctor says that he's making spasmodic muscle spasms, that you like to feel that some of that movement is reaction to your tenderness, to your love, to your concern. And this gives you the adrenaline to carry on. Any better, sweetheart?
And the winner is... The winner is Quentin.
Accepted by Aviva Ziegler, director.
Oh my God. What can I say? When we finished editing this film, Mike said we'd win a Logie. He was right. But what I have to say is that all the other nominations in this category were fantastic, and I really feel honoured to be collecting this Logie in that company, even if one of the company was ours as well. If Mike hadn't taken a punt on this type of documentary and gathered together a crew, a wonderful team led by Robin Hughes, I don't think we'd be standing here today. If everybody knew the heartache, the anxiety, the effort that goes into making documentaries, I'm getting it all mixed up, you see. What I want to say is that if the Logie is a prize for that, then
wait for the Willisey documentaries next year, and there'll be many more Logies coming our way. Thank you.
Chuck and Pamela, thanks very much for helping us, especially with that wonderful result in the last category. Thank you very much. And we'll be back after this break to meet another of the MASH professionals and another of our former Gold Logie winners in a moment.
Holding up the doors and everything.
Jim, you do a lot of commercials, don't you?
Yes, but you know the rigours of commercials too. I've seen your Esso commercials.
They're tough.
Terrific, full of drama, dancing, singing. All those butch blokes on the rigs. All dancing and singing. No, you ought to be congratulated, Mike. Now, Ronald McDonald, now there's a great little performer. Ronald McDonald is really terrific. And what about the fellow that does the bingo ads and the Coles ads? Now, that's a great little performer.
Jim?
I'm going to do a toothpaste commercial soon.
Oh, go ahead.
No. What do you got to say then?
Jim, can you really expect me to believe all this?
Oh, that doesn't do that, does it? Sure can. Often I have wondered how I've ever managed to think if I didn't watch commercials when me telly was on the blink. All my education's broader, many things have left their mark, such as paracetamol, enzymes, Teflon, and plaque. When throwing that gala party to impress those valued clients, I hope you do as I do and invite such mental giants as Madge, Amy, Rita, and of course, Beauty Norm, Granny Davis, Super Sally, and No Mess Charlie, if he'll conform. Yes, they've all become legends in the advertising game, and I think the little bloke was right. You Australians do have funny names.
Commercials always need a clever slogan.
That's right.
A slogan that will drive you mad. Pretty toilet paper or deodorant for your shoe.
I must admit I use it when only the best will do. Hi, kids. Well, it's getting close to bedtime, and I don't mean to be harsh. It's time to clean your toothy pegs. Here comes Mrs. Marsh.
Commercials always need a clever slogan. A slogan that will drive you mad. They're altogether boring, but just maybe there's some fun.
Excuse me. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, pickles, cheese, and lettuce on a Sesame Street bun. What? Oh.
Commercials always need a clever slogan.
Hey, what are you doing? Sid Haler, get off my stage. Get off my stage. What are you doing? What do you want?
What do you do when you cross a Sara Lee pastry with an egg board chook?
What do you get when you cross a Sara Lee pastry with an egg board chook? I don't know.
Layer upon layer upon layer.
Commercials always need a clever slogan.
I say.
Are you still saying? What
Did you hear about Tony Gregg putting out his washing?
Yes.
And losing his right arm?
No. Tony Gregg put out his washing and losing his right arm? Why? What happened?
There was a lion on the line.
Commercials always need a clever slogan.
I say.
Lost me shit.
I say. Lads, did you hear about Colonel Sanders taking over Big Sister?
No, I didn't. Why would Colonel Sanders take over Big Sister? Now, why?
To make finger licking pud.
Get off.
Commercials always need a clever slogan. A slogan that will drive you mad. No matter if it's country, if it's country or it's rock.
Phone call for Mr. Hannon.
Oh, I'll take it over here. It's a silly time for a phone call. Hello? Oh, Joanne, I'm in the middle of a number. I'll be home on the first plane, first thing in the morning, okay? Oh, does it have to be much cheaper after 6 o'clock?
Commercials always need a clever slogan. A slogan that will drive you mad. They'll try to
Or as the actress said to the bishop, this goes with this, goes with this.
We've seen adolescent pimples.
Yeah?
Big fat legs with dimples. And tissues that are soft as Bunny's nose.
Love them.
Pantyhose with gussets. Not so squeezy busters.
And plaque that takes pink tablets to disclose. Now I ask you.
Enjoy those shakes in your spaghetti and have a good weekend. Especially if you have to eat and run.
Shampoos can stop the greases. Life was meant to be cheesy with taste buds on the top of your tongue.
Don't be mean with the beans, Mum. Good things come in glass.
Did your cat get his whiskers? Then kick him in the...
Holidays in paradise and games to make you think.
Would you let a friend drive when he's had too much to drink?
Commercials always need a clever slogan. A slogan that will drive you mad.
Drives your money further, freezes with a plan. Or in the words of R.J. Hawke,
nobody can like Canberra can.
I'm glad I've got that ring of confidence.
yes, you can really taste the difference.
Jonesy.
Clever little secretary.
Commercials always need a clever slogan.
Don't wait to be told.
A slogan that will drive you
Sit high, ladies and gentlemen. Our country practice. Oh, Sydney, don't do that. Hop the ball. Now count your fingers. Right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do the real thing. We'll be back after this commercial break.